It was good, man. It's your boy GSECAPONE. Smash that like and sub button, man. Shout out to Truth Talk, Truth Is podcast, and we over here talking about DjVlad. I've been talking about him for a minute. Been wondering like about this nigga, him and his old like what Masonic lodge he from. You know what I'm saying? Who the hell he? Like I don't even. He said he was in a lodge with like 80-year-old men and shit. So it's like I don't even know. We just know that he in it. He admitted to the shit, and he commented and said something. The truth is, I forgot what he said, but he said something to him. I guess he felt some type of way, like, oh, this nigga's on me. Like he on my case, he on my heels. Like he found out. He pay attention. Like it's a lot of us that pay attention, man.
Wow.
The fuck?
Welcome back
You're supposed to just say stuff and think that they're
podcast.
just
I'm
gonna
back
fly
to
by
the
us,
one.
like,
up,
and
guys?
we wasn't gonna
In
take it
today's
serious. We was gonna
episode,
laugh
we're
with
be
you.
talking about
Stupid.
DjVlad taking the oath, and we're also going to be talking about
Goofy ass boy.
Julio, and lastly, we're going to get into the baby. Let's get right into it. So the first thing we're going to be talking about is DjVlad.
Man, it's bugging.
A few months back, I did a video on Orlando Brown, and in that video, I played the clip where Vlad admits to being a Freemason. I'm going to roll that clip right now.
Yeah, there it go. I seen this. Lord Jamal. That nigga ain't no damn Lord. That nigga on bullshit. I'm technically one. Nigga.
So as you saw in that clip, DjVlad not only admits to being a Freemason,
He keep
but
looking
then
at
comes
Lord
out
Jamal
and
though.
wants to say
Like
that,
every
oh,
time he say something, he keep looking at Lord Jamal for like confirmation. Like, bruh.
a Freemason, that he just joined and he was initiated in. What do you think about this, Emma? You've done a lot of research on the Freemasons with me. We've already seen how these Freemasons work. If he was initiated, does that make him a Freemason?
Nah, he's definitely a Mason. Those other two guys that were with him as well, they were playing it off like a joke. Like, hey, did you have to get hope in your book? Then Godfrey said something else there about what I read up on before about you reveal like a secret or something. He rip out your something. How would you possibly know that if you're not a Mason yourself, you know?
I honestly feel like he's trying to hide his Freemason connection. And I don't know why he even mentioned that. I don't know why this conversation got to that point. Because at the beginning of the interview,
For real.
what they were talking about was very different than this. Lord Jamar was talking about how it isn't fair for black people in America. And he was explaining how they're at a disadvantage when it comes to the same placement as white.
Probably because the Boule Lodge could help blacks out. That's what they telling them. Join a fraternity and then you could get treated right. You feel me? Like, hell no. Fuck y'all still. Fuck both of y'all. White or black. White and black. I don't give a fuck.
He was explaining how white people start at an advantage in life. And then out of nowhere, the conversation gets to this. He just bursts out this whole entire Freemason conversation. He starts by saying that how the Prince Hall Freemasons weren't accepted by the Scottish Rite and the American Masons here until like the 90s, if I'm not mistaken, he said. Why is he bringing...
Yeah. And they created the Boule Lodge. Yeah, they bringing that up because, again, if you wanted to get treated right in America, you go sell out in the Black Lodge. Climb up the damn ladder and become an ascendant master. And they can worship you like you're God. Just like they do Shaq when that motherfuckers on that damn fucking sport talk shit. I forgot what the hell that shit is called.
Why is it even important for him to bring up a conversation about the Masons? It's obvious that Lord Jamar, in my opinion, and Godfrey are both Freemasons. Because even when Godfrey asked Lord Jamar if he was a Freemason, Lord Jamar says
Godfrey.
No. But
That nigga
honestly,
named
Why
Jeffrey.
would you even bring up this conversation?
Godfrey. That nigga named Godfrey. His name ain't.
Freemason. All three
Fuck
of these
type
guys
of
are
name is
Freemasons.
Godfrey.
If you watch the full interview, then you're able to see that DjVlad talks about how he was initiated, he was sworn in and took the oath. He took the Masonic oath. This is what we talk about often on this channel. He already admitted to taking the oath. There is no, oh, but I don't go no more, or I'm not in the lodges every day, and the lodge I went to only had old people. That sounds all nice and everything.
For real, nigga, like, your ass is the voice for fucking, in the Boondocks episode, my nigga. Like, come on, bro. Like, you not low, my nigga. You low, but we all see what the fuck you doing.
Reality, you still admitted that you took the oath and you're a Freemason. And now we can see his agenda on this channel. He glorifies all this violence, all this destruction, mobsters and gang members. He's been accused several times of incriminating these rappers, using, asking questions that would get these people into positions that would eventually get them looked at by the police. I'm not saying that it's Vlad's fault, but he's obviously trying to put a certain story out there that will benefit him, using these people to build up his brand and at the same time pushing the Masonic agenda. He keeps the worship going, he helps these rappers create these stories for themselves and make themselves bigger than life. So with him all denying this, that he's a Freemason and stuff, it's just not believable in my opinion. Casual people don't just bring up the Freemasons. Most people don't even know who the Freemasons are. A lot of people think that the Freemasons are just a charity organization, or a group of old men that get together and have fun, but they forget about the ritual aspect and all the initiation and all this nonsense that they have to do. Vlad, he knows what's going on because he doesn't want people to say, oh, Vlad's connected to the Masonic order. Vlad's pushing the agenda. Vlad's another puppet. So he tries to keep himself away while still working for them. It's a very effective method because no one even knows really how Vlad looks. You see a picture of Vlad here and there, but for the majority of the time, Vlad stays in the background. What he does in the industry, you could see. I love it though, because in that same video when I did in Orlando Brown asked him if he was a Mason, and he was so fast to say, no, oh no, I'm not a Mason. Quickly, like you could see it in his face that he knew if he would have admitted, Orlando Brown would have used that against him, even though I believe Orlando Brown now is also a Freemason. The thing is that Vlad knows how to play the game. He's probably a very active Freemason member, but it's best for him to keep that a secret, just like a majority of the Masons do. We only know some of the Freemasons. We don't know every member. There's millions of members in America alone.
Yeah, a lot of them like to keep it a secret, especially when they're in the industry. You see a lot of them on the low, they don't mention it really. Like Rick Ross, when he made the song called Freemason, he was exposed a little bit there. But when another interview, when they asked him, they were like, hey, yo, you a Freemason? He was like, he looked at the guy, paused.
That was when the Masons approached him and they asked him if he was a Mason.
The fake Masons.
Yeah, those are fake Masons, yeah. Rick Ross was the only real Freemason there.
You didn't see how they asked him, like, hey, you a Freemason? Come on, I'm pretty sure those guys, they're not going to walk up on each other and ask them, hey, you a Mason? They're a secret fraternity, a secret organization. They're going to have a secret way to notice each other,
Yeah, like I've
facts, handshakes, all of that.
Masons talk to other Masons and indicate that they're Masons is by asking them, are you a traveling man? There's secret handshakes.
Yeah, have you traveled before?
Just going up to them and asking you, are you a Freemason? That sounds like what a normal person that is not a Freemason would do. That sounds like a person that's not in their fraternity.
Exactly. You feel me? That's why when Orlando Brown asked him, he said no. But when he did the interview with Godfrey and him, he just brought it up out of nowhere. They didn't ask him. He said it. I'm pretty sure how they'd asked him, hey, you a Freemason? He would have been like, no.
He felt like it was going to earn him points right there. Vlad knows that they're Masons. I'm pretty sure Lord Jamar doesn't want people to know he's a Freemason. But in reality, the Masons run the music industry. If you want to be someone in the music industry, you have to be a part of the Masonic order. They're the ones who sign the checks. They're the ones that make the orders. They're the ones that keep everything going. Vlad knows this.
They're the real machine.
Exactly.
They'll be like, hey, let me throw the symbolism in your video. Let's go back to the Egyptian sound. Have a big all-seeing eye behind you, like Katy Perry and all these rappers and singers.
You know who said something like that, which is very interesting? The rapper from Bone Thugs and Harmony, Crazy Bone, if I'm not mistaken. Crazy Bone said that, and he said this on a Drink Champs interview. He was there with the Drink Champs.
With Nori.
That the record
I watched that
were
shit.
The ones that were putting all these symbols in their music.
He said he ain't know what the hell.
He had no idea.
Yeah.
But I don't buy that because he also.
You too old for that, bro.
The rest of the members of Bone Thugs used to play with a Ouija board.
Uh-huh.
That right there to me is enough proof that they were into the occult.
Yeah. I ain't never messed with no Ouija board.
The
If you
evidence
could mess
is
with a
clear.
Ouija
The
board,
record
nigga,
labels
look, if
are
you didn't
ran
know
by the
before,
Masonic order.
you would
And the
know after
Masonic
messing with the
order
Ouija board.
they
So
love
look,
to
come on,
sprinkle
man.
their symbolism, and that's what we're seeing here.
Hey, remember, they're on a mission, New World Order.
Exactly, and they're succeeding. I believe that
It's
was
already
in the
here.
order. It
Yeah.
should be clear to everybody.
Yeah.
Because he admitted it out of his own mouth. Vlad is a Freemason. If he denies
Facts.
it again, he's just lying because he had already admitted that he took the oath, he was sworn in, he did the initiation ritual. There is no more proof than that. Vlad is a Freemason and he's pushing the Masonic agenda. That's why he is where he is. If you haven't noticed, Vlad doesn't even get
Like,
so much views, but he still has this high standard within hip hop. It's because he's a Masonic puppet and they use him to continue to make people idolize these artists. Same thing we see with DJ Academic. Same thing we see with Adam.
The
These
Trailblazer
personalities
hat,
are
red,
used
black,
to
and
just
white,
big up
6'9",
these
man.
artists,
As
make them
above,
look
so
bigger than
below.
life, you know, give them these stories and cover everything about them to keep the fans consumed by them, you know?
It was crazy, man. It's real crazy how this whole machine really works. You see, they don't just take the artists, they take everything around the whole industry. It's not like, okay, we're just going to use these people for this, but they have them everywhere.
I just did a video
Everywhere,
with
nigga.
Phil, the co-host for the Theory Tuesday.
Everywhere.
We were looking at how many basketball players are Freemasons. Scottie Pippen, Shaquille O'Neal,
Yup, see?
Michael Jordan is believed to be a Prince Hall Freemason. LeBron
He throwing
James
up the
is
K.
obviously he's a Mason. It's even in the NFL. It's
The
all
Prince Hall,
entertainment.
the Lion's
Everything
Claw.
that's consumed by the masses.
Yeah, it's everywhere. It's everywhere. Music, games,
Throwing up the Lion's
sports,
Claw.
acting, everything.
They have lodges that are spread out. There's an entertainment lodge. They have a sports lodge. They have all these type of lodges, and people don't think that the Masons have their hands within everything. This is something that
everything, my nigga. Everything, nigga.
Really
yeah.
In your opinion, do you think the Freemasons run the world?
Who wouldn't? For the people that say that are the ones who are blind, that they don't see the symbolism in the TVs, in the movies. It's everywhere, you know. And for them to say,
thank you,
oh, they don't control the world, like, so who does? You know, why are they everywhere? Why would we see them in movies and videos and cartoons? Why do we keep hearing about the New World Order? Why do we keep hearing about all of this stuff?
It can be more open, and if you want to even get political, just look how many presidents were Freemasons. I just did
for real, man. Like, look at that shit.
That was related to the Queen was basically Freemason royalty. The Queen's cousin is the head of the Grand Lodge of England. He oversees all the lodges in that jurisdiction. He is the leader of the Grand Lodge of England, and that's who is
the Queen, man.
The Queen's father was a leader of the Grand
You already
Lodge
know what's gonna happen to her. She passed away.
It's obvious. It's so obvious. Well,
I bet she down there calling out for God. Too late, buddy.
Julio situation, because I've been seeing so many of you guys.
You got something. You got a movement going on.
I might make a full video on this, but I have
it's
to
too
say
late.
this off the top. The way they're reporting this,
you passed away, and people still joining to worship the devil because of you. No, hell nah.
Speaking about the industry, exposing the satanic industry, exposing the truth about what goes on. He was explaining the same thing that Cat Williams talking about the private parties.
Had all that time here. Turn around. Too late.
And how he's trying to avoid it. He also
Coolio, man. Rest in peace, Coolio.
He was afraid of the consequences. It's strange that
he even said look, I remember he started exposing them before they started coming at his son. He even mentioned that shit. That's what made him be quiet. Then he started talking again.
What these people are capable of doing. If you get out of line at any moment, sadly, this could happen. Who knows if that's what happened to him, but it does look very suspicious. It looks suspicious that he mentioned that he was going to talk about this. I see a few people saying that he was actually going to make a documentary on the industry. I don't know how true that is. I haven't seen anything about it. But like I said, I might do a full video on Coolio. What do you think about the situation, Emma?
Yo, listen, if he threatened to expose them and then ends up passing a couple months later, you know what I'm thinking right away. We see this over and over again. You threaten to do something as bad as that, and like you said, they can't keep you in line. They gotta eliminate you. That's just how they work. You know how I'm looking at this whole situation. I'm thinking he went to expose them, and if he really was trying to make a documentary, they're gonna do him just like they did Dr. Sebi. They're gonna handle you, you know.
Honestly, the way they're reporting it, he just
facts. Rest in peace, Dr. Sebi too. My girl dad went out there to go see him cure his cancer and shit. He really was about that. He really knew how to do all of that shit. I mean, he stopped doing what he was told to do, and that shit came back. He started doing exactly what Dr. Sebi told him to do. He did that shit again. He got rid of it again. Look, man. Living proof, bro. That shit's crazy. Rest in peace, Dr. Sebi, man. He's really helping people out. They took that nigga out. Tried to take him to court. They tried his life, man. All he did was help people.
Bathroom and he just
Then they tried to sell his hair product and then
didn't
had the right ingredients in it. Just fucking people scalp up, putting bad reputation on this nigga name after his death.
Or anything. And he seemed like he was in good health. He seemed like he also was in good spirit. So who knows what really happened? But
I remember the mucus membrane shit, so
not that long ago,
you still helped me out, Dr. Sebi. So
about this very situation, speaking about how he's gonna expose them, how he's scared that something might happen to him, he wants to protect his children. He was literally talking about how he wouldn't want to expose the industry because he wants to protect his children.
He just said it then. Like, he just said it right there to everybody. I'm scared. I need to protect my children.
Facts.
He already knew what was coming.
I'm gonna put the clip in here so you guys can see it for yourself.
Music industry, that whole conversation about the gatekeeper drill, you know, the rituals people got to do, blood sacrifice thing. I don't know if you got into all that, but kind of go there, being as though you were in the belly of the beast in the music industry.
I've read about all of that. I only can say my truth, and I've had motherfuckers come at me on some weird, like on some. I've had motherfuckers come at me on some. Oh, you should do this. And I was like, wow, what? Maybe I'll do that. Make no sense. I view that as being inhuman. I view that as I would never do that. Right when there was some things that I was trying to do that I felt were important, things that I felt would help other people, started happening to me. Went to jail, got convicted. Well, not necessarily convicted, but because I didn't do no time, but
why his shit skipping? His shit wasn't skipping when I watched this shit.
I didn't even address it really, because I'm at a point right now in my life where there's a lot I know that I want to tell people. It's a lot of things that I want to teach, but I'm afraid. I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm scared because I got 4 grandchildren, and I got children.
Can't be afraid, man.
And I got people that I care about that don't necessarily believe.
As you saw for yourself, he talks about.
I don't even say that shit on camera, man. You ain't gonna let them look, bro.
He was targeted. That he felt targeted because of him speaking the truth, and he just so happens to pass away out of nowhere. That's just something that doesn't, to me, it doesn't make any sense.
None at all.
That's it. It's obvious. You know, like, he just said it right there in that clip.
It's a sad story because so many of these artists that they get in this situation, they don't know what they put themselves into. When they're there, it's all fun and games until they start seeing the real darkness of the industry. Some of these artists don't mind. They get consumed by that darkness and they just embrace that darkness. But then we have artists like this man who saw that darkness and wanted to escape it. He wanted to expose it, and he paid the ultimate price for doing so, you know?
Yeah. What's the guy's name from Wu-Tang? Didn't he pass?
ODB,
like
man.
He was
Old dirty bastard.
Then they got rid of him.
You're talking about ODB?
Yeah.
Yeah, just like they did ODB. He exposed some stuff and he got eliminated.
If you guys
He said they was gonna kill him mad times, man. The whole Wu-Tang motherfucking overtalk that shit, man.
So if you guys want a full dark
ODB been saying, he said the CIA was gone. He said, if I die, the CIA did it. If I'm dead, the CIA did it. If I die, the CIA did it. He said that shit like 5 times in the interview. Method Man, RZA, everybody, Raekwon, all of them was talking over him, ignoring him, shutting that shit down. Like, they ain't care what the hell he was saying. They just was like, yeah, he crazy. We ain't even gonna pay attention to that shit. We just gonna keep talking over him. And what happened? Method Man, he was in an interview with Method Man, and he was talking about how the government is on this bullshit, and now the shit talking about the moon and all of that. Method Man was like, I'm friends with the government, so don't come kicking down my doors. Look at that, man. And look where you see Method Man at today. Doing real good. Movies, TV shows, Hulu, Netflix.
Sad, but it's crazy that people want to say, oh, there's nothing going on in the industry. There's no evil. The artists that's in the industry themselves are coming out and are exposing the industry. And like we seen with Coolio, he was talking about exposing the industry and he passed away. Just put 2 and 2 together. You don't have to be a rocket scientist to see this for yourself. out. It's right in the open. This is how they play the game. This is how they keep people in line. This is why we see people
Triple
like
H,
Isaac
man.
Cappy,
You
what
see,
happened to
it's
him.
all
This
about
is a
the
situation that we see
game. And now,
unfold
yeah, like
time
it.
and time
When you
again.
put the
It
H
is
that
best
way,
to just
put the H that
avoid the
way, put the
industry
H
as a
that way.
whole
But you
and
got,
not take that oath. Because once you take that
yeah,
oath,
yeah,
there's
that
only
six
really
point
one way
star,
of
boy.
leaving, you know? And we're seeing with people like Julio, sadly, that this is what happened to him. That this is what happened when you try to expose them, you know? The next thing we're going to be talking about is the baby.
And you
What
got the
I'm seeing with the baby
IHS,
now is very interesting to me. A year ago, the
IHS,
baby was
Triple
one of the biggest
H.
artists in the music industry, and he was doing well. He was selling tons of records. Everybody loved him. Fast forward to now, it appears that he's falling off. While he's falling off, we're seeing what appears to be the baby trying to like reinitiate himself back into the Masonic order or get in good graces with them. Because if you see what he's doing, the moves he's been doing recently, you could tell the baby knows how to play the game and he doesn't want to get kicked out. And I feel like they're kicking him out. It could be because of the remarks he made during that one concert, when in that concert where the baby said those remarks that everyone said it was insensitive, whatever. Since then, yeah, it appears his career was going downwards. But then we saw him with Kanye West. Then we saw him in the Donda event, you know,
With
showing
Marilyn
that he's
Manson.
willing to play the games by their rules. He's willing to do whatever it takes. And that's what we're seeing. You know, we saw a couple months back how he did that video with him hanging on the cross. You remember that video, right?
Yeah.
You saw the symbolism. Like we spoke about that on When I'm Speaking. We briefly covered that in one of our previous podcasts. The symbolism is very antichrist symbolism. So it's obvious that the baby knows what he has to do and knows that he has to stick to the oath. But I don't think they want the baby in the industry anymore. I feel
That
like
fire in
used
him
him
up,
for
yo.
a
The
medium form,
Ouroboros.
and his influence isn't as strong, so they're most likely going to get rid of him. They're saying that his upcoming album is only going to sell 13,000 records first week. Is that not an L to you?
That's a big L, big L. Because how you're gonna come from, like you said, being one of the biggest artists a year ago to probably one of the lowest now? Because ever since he made a comment about a certain group of people at his concert, you know, everything changed for him. And like you said, now he's trying to get back in with them, but it ain't working. No, it is gonna work. Let's see if he blows up from here, then we know what it really is.
All right, let's look at the last two videos, specifically the one with him on the cross. He has those people in red. If you want to see the full breakdown on that video, I did the video. It's on the channel. You can go look for it. The baby tough skin video.
Facts.
In
We
this
went
new
over that
video,
shit.
We see him with demonic imagery now. Clear as day, open demonic imagery. He's acting like he's some monster. He's dressed all demonically. You got some supernatural stuff going on. All this. This is the imagery he decided to put out right after that video of him on the cross. You understand? He's obviously showing that he's trying to get back on board. He's showing that he's willing to do whatever it takes. But I don't know if it's going to work. You know, the devil isn't someone that's your friend. The devil uses you until he doesn't need you no more. And the devil used the baby, and the baby also messed up a lot of his connections. You know, the baby isn't a nice dude. If you can see the way he acts, he walks around intimidating people, you know? That's one of the reasons he doesn't grow in the industry.
The song had nothing to do with demons or anything. It was just about him and Meg Thee Stallion, how he was getting up in her before, I guess, everything happened with Tory Lanez, or while it happened with Tory Lanez. Doesn't really matter.
I mean, he does mention Boogeyman. Like, that's really, I guess that's about it. You can see that there's an effort of him trying to get himself back in. You know, he really wants for them to open them doors and let him back into the industry. And I don't see it happening. I just don't see it happening. We'll see how far he's going to take this to get what he wants. Because at the end of the day, if you want to be in the industry, you got to make sure that you follow their rules. And that's the rules that they set. They want to push this agenda, this Little Nas X agenda, you know? And the moment the baby made the mistake of even saying something that goes against that agenda, they saw him as a target. And they don't want to give him a chance again. Because he's too unpredictable, you know?
They can't control him in certain aspects. That's probably what they don't like about him. You know, like, damn, we can't control him from this or that because he is a knucklehead. You know.
Yeah, he appears very unpredictable. You know, he knows what to do because we see him doing it now. The symbolism is in there. Like I said, his imagery with the Antichrist, I'm pretty sure he knows what they want. But the thing is, he made that mistake, and their biggest agenda right now is that Little Nas X agenda. You guys should know what I'm talking about. You can obviously see that's just one game that they don't allow you to play. If you're going to be down with them, they want you to be down with them. They want to make sure that you're going to play by the rules no matter what. And the baby hasn't shown too many times that he's unpredictable. He's a wild person. In this new music video, all this demonic imagery, it proves to me that the artists on themselves, because I don't even think the record label is behind the baby pushing anything right now. I feel like that's the baby's own idea.
I just got that Malibu Most Wanted scene in my head. And he said, "You don't want to be down no more." So you ain't down no more.
Antichrist imagery. This time around, they want to show him in this demonic, this supernatural themed music video
with people in cages screaming, with little weird looking girls in it. Like, this guy is crazy, man.
It's just obvious that the baby is trying to get back. He's sending signs to the Masons, and he's trying to do anything for attention too, with the mentioning Meg Thee Stallion. It's funny to me, you know. Well, that's it for this video, guys. Thank you all for watching. I truly appreciate every single one of you. Before you guys go, I just wanted to let you guys know that I released a new Patreon video on Jimmy Seville. It's not allowed on YouTube due to the community guidelines.
Look, man, smash that like and sub button, man. Tell me what y'all think about this shit in the comment section, man. I'm out, man. Gang, gang. Yeah. Vlad on some other shit. Yeah, we been though.